best win.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got to go. Freo.
Yeah, easy.
I think quite easily. I think that first quarter of football was perfect football.
Well, assuming that's the obvious one, what's your second best win?
Second best win, Collingwood.
Oh, yeah.
The Collingwood win to go down.
That was a monkey on your back, wasn't it?
Well, it was a monkey on our back for a long time, and they'd spanked us for years. And, it's the old rival. It was at the G. So it was, split crowds, 65,000 on a Sunday arvo. Had a real there was a real tribal mentality to it. Their big crowd and members at one end, ours at the other.
Mm.
And then they kicked, 5, 6 goals in the first quarter, and we kicked 1. And it looked like a very bad day at the office.
Did they drop out of Nicole?
Oh, yeah, they were getting the Collingwood going towards the end of the first quarter. But then we were getting the Richmond chant going.
What's that one? Just Richmond?
Yeah, Richmond, yeah. But it was reverberating off the walls.
Oh, nice.
Because in the second quarter, we kicked 8 goals to 1. So they had a 6 goal to 1 quarter, and then we had an 8 goal to 1 quarter. And then the next 2, it was literally bursts of 3 Collingwood goals, 2 Richmond goals, 2 Collingwood goals, 2 Richmond goals, 1 Richmond goal, 1 Collingwood goal, all the way to the end. And they battled it out, and Vickery had his best game. And before that game, he was a spud. And then he showed he could be a bit more. And then in the Freo game, I decided he's a spud no more. I think I brought that up last week.
Speaking of spuds,
yep.
Who's your Danny Frawley of the year so far?
My weed.
Your spud.
That's interesting.
Let me have a guess.
I'll have a crack.
Conker.
Well, he hasn't played a game.
Yeah, wouldn't that be disappointing?
No, not for me.
Spud, you have to play.
He's injured. He's injured. You can't hit an injured player with the spud law. That's a bit
fair enough.
Because your spud have been injured.
Yes. You're useless. You got injured. You spud.
Nah, if he was in the VFL.
Nah, he's not. He's not playing in the VFL. But I think he's a spud anyway. No offense.
So who is your spud?
It's actually pretty hard because
I reckon. 4 or 5 weeks ago, you might have been able to pull someone out.
Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I probably would have been able to grab Taylor Hunt by the scruff of his neck and say...
It rhymes with Hickory.
No, because Vickery didn't play any early games. And then as soon as he came in, he played well. He didn't have any spud games.
You would have called him a spud
4
weeks ago.
Well, I would have, and then he had that game against Collingwood, and he's backed it up in all his performances since.
Well, that's pretty good that you can't really think of any of them.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of one who I'm like, come on, mate, what are you doing?
Hunt.
Taylor Hunt, but since he's been moved down back, he's a lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a bit more cautious, which is exactly what he needed to be. He was, taking on a bit too much being an attacking player, I think getting
caught
a little bit too excited and getting caught out, whereas when he's in the back line, he knows he has to be accountable. So he's that bit more careful. But, I mean, it's really hard to even pick our best player for the year. Because I've got, there's 4 or 5 off the top of my head.
Who's your Jack Dyer? Come on.
My Jack Dyer. My absolute best for the year. I can't give it to just one. It's got to be 2. Dustin Martin and Shane Edwards. Edwards gets less posies. But
oh man, he's deadly with
when he gets them, he does something with it every time, every single time, and he's got that speed through the out of the packs, and then he's a really good user of the ball. Does a lot of sideways kicks, squaring it up on the goal square, or long hand passes to advantage to a bloke running down to the goal.
As an outsider supporter, I would take him over Dusty because he was the only one who didn't play against us, and I reckon he would have made a big difference.
We missed Edwards against you, definitely.
Titch.
Definitely. That was a big one. So, but then there's also a host of others that have... I mean, Jack's having his best season by far, I think.
Really?
Definitely.
How many games do you reckon you'll end up winning in the second half of the season?
Well, how many we got left? 11, I think. No, we're 6 and 4, so we got 12. We got 12 games left. I think we can win 10 of them, if not 9 of them.
In a row?
Listen, I was talking it up.
You
There
did
wouldn't
say,
be
many
what?
skips in between.
You know what? If we can beat, I think we'll beat West Coast this week. I haven't really talked about the match too much, but
give us a bones call. How many are you going to win for the year?
15.
15 wins.
Yeah.
How many on now?
6. So it's at least 9.
9.
So that's my minimum. But I think there's another 2 games that we could grab in there, and those 2 are Hawthorn and Sydney. I think we'll beat Freo. We play them again. I think we'll beat them because it's over here.
Mm. You sure they won't be seeking revenge?
I'm sure they would be.
I'm sure they would be, but...
Do you reckon you'll be the favourites to go into that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you would be if you won money on the trot.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be glorious if we were going in.
Your stats, your amount of wins you need, there's got to be some you being the hunted and not the hunter.
Yeah, and you know what? This is the first week of it. We're the favourites going in against West Coast. See what happens. Yeah, I think your theory is both going to be proven true, and my answer to it, proven true, is that yes, that was the state of the Tigers 2 years ago or a year ago, but now they've shifted that around. They were able to shift it early enough in the season that I think you beat Freo and no one holds any fear for you. And you know that if you can do that to them, you can do that to anybody. Because if Freo are the informed team in they're the best team in the competition. At home.
Yeah, but then Gold Coast nearly beat them.
That was scrappy. It was over there, and Freo kicked 7 goals, 15. So if they and Gold Coast had half the scoring shots or something like that. Freo just kicked waywardly.
Yeah.
And they were
you beat Freo.
We beat Freo.
They didn't lose to you.
No, exactly.
That's what my juju gets you.
I've appreciated it greatly.
What about you? When do you think they're going to finish?
How many wins do you think we can grab?
Bones call.
Mind you, the teams we play again are Collingwood, Essendon, North Melbourne.
St Kilda.
No, we don't play you again.
We haven't played you yet.
No, but as in twice. So the teams we play twice. We've already played them all.
Oh, yeah.
So here's another 5. And we play Collingwood, Carlton, Essendon, North, and Freo. North's the only one of those we lost to, and I think if we meet North again, this side of the Bass Strait, we'll beat them.
We're getting you.
You're getting us?
Yeah.
No, mate.
Easy.
Nah, mate.
You nearly admitted it then.
No.
You hear that? You'll get us.
Look at it. It was a question, because I couldn't believe the bloody... Come on, Colin. Reel this boy in. You were talking about it.
Jeez,
the cup's overflowing again.
Oh, yeah.
Spilling water all over the place.
He's just getting too excited.
I'm lifting my feet up from the floor at the moment.
But, I mean, just a quick touch on your boys. Your boy, Grimes, Marsh, is now our second best defender, and he's a pure lockdown defender. If he goes onto his bloke, tall or small, he's going to beat him. And he's going to outmark him. He's going to rebound nicely. He's only going to get 10 or 11 disposals, but he's going to use it well. So that's a huge, big tip.
And if you're marking about bloody 6 or more of them, then you notice them a whole lot more.
Definitely. So that gets a big tick.
How about my boy?
Your boy, Morris, or Menadue?
Menadue
came on against Freo, but didn't have a chance to do much. I reckon he'll probably go back to the VFL this week.
Who's coming in?
Newman.
Oh, really?
Get old Chris Newman in.
Newman.
Jeez, you guys are
get the old fella going. No. The rest of the team will stay the same, but I think keep Corey Ellis in. I think you can't really shuffle too much with a team that just beat Fremantle and have had some time off.
Yeah, it's only if there's any niggles.
Exactly, and there's none. They've had that break, and I think that's what's going to stuff West Coast. Is we're going to come out of the blocks rested, ready to go on our home deck, and then they're going to come off a 6-day break, having to fly from Perth to Melbourne. Their first game at the G. Boys, that lockdown forward line isn't going to work at the G. Domain Stadium is so much more narrow. It's much easier to sort of press the ball in there. And, if McGovern doesn't play, their only real defender is Schofield. Who would end up on Jack, so who goes on Vickery and Griffiths?
You don't play Hawthorn again?
Yeah, we play him once. And we haven't played him yet.
I haven't played him yet.
All right, rolling along, I reckon.
So any last thoughts on the Tigs? Do you think we can make top 4? I'll ask you both that question now. We're currently 2 games out of top 4 with 1 to catch up.
Yeah, I'm not convinced for top 4 yet.
No, I reckon it's 6.
Somewhere around there. Maybe in the middle.
All right, we'll touch base later in the season.
You'll lose a few games you reckon you won't, namely against those, mate.
Against St Kilda. Right. Reel it in.
Speaking of
them, nice segue.
The Heavenly Saints.
Suppose it's time to touch on your track and your boys.
Right. Yeah.
Check in on your roses.
So for those that didn't know, this is the jingle. And with the overflow as well, actually. The culture of barracking for St Kilda, one thing, whether it's a good or bad, is it's neither here nor there. Every year, I have exuberant optimism.
Good. That's good. That's a good way to be.
All throughout 2003 till 2012, thought we'd be in with a chance for something tasty. It's a long stretch.
The tastiest of tasties.
I do recall a bet you made in year 9 with a boy that St Kilda would win a grand final in the next $40. 3 or 4 years, and you got to 2 of them that didn't win them. That was a huge sting on that.
Yeah, well, if I saw Dave Mackay again, I'd give him $40.
We'll just Facebook him.
Yeah.
Nah, he's off the grid.
No, good for him.
Yeah, but anyway, so being an eternal optimist, and there's some very fruitful things in the garden that have been growing that I pointed out at the start of the year, and you bore, both of you did actually, bore witness.
A lot of young talent coming through.
That's been definitely
a lot of growing roses. Let's get into it.
All right, here we go. Grow those roses. Woo-hoo.
Courage, man, courage! Every bursted bubble has a glory.
Each abysmal failure makes a point.
Every glowing path that goes astray shows you how to find a better way. So every time you stumble, never grumble.
Next time you'll bumble even less.
For up from the ashes, grow the roses of success. Grow the roses, grow the roses, grow the roses of success. Oh yes, grow the roses, those rosy roses. From the ashes of disaster, grow the roses of success.
Yes, I know, but he wants it to float.
It will. For every big mistake you make, be grateful.
Yeah, that mistake you'll never make again.
No, sir. Every shiny dream that fades and dies generates the steam for 2 more tries.
Oh, there's magic in the wake of a fiasco.
Correct.
It gives you that chance to second guess.
Oh, yes.
Burn up from the ashes.
Up from the ashes. Grow the roses of success. Grow the roses. Grow the roses. Grow the roses of success. Grow the roses. Those rosy roses. From the ashes of disaster, grow the roses of success.
Disaster didn't stymie Louis Pasteur.
No, sir.
Edison took years to see the light.
Right.
Alexander Graham knew failure well. He took a lot of knocks to ring that bell.
So when it gets you stressing, it's a blessing. Onward and upward you must press. Yes, yes, tear up from the ashes. Up from the ashes. Grow the roses of success. Grow the roses.
Grow the roses. Grow the roses of success. Oh, you can tell we're not an a cappella group. Start the engines! Well, your roses have proven pretty plentiful this year, Matthew, I must say.
They've drawn some
more so than even I think you could have expected.
That's what I expected.
No, it's like the glass overflows. And
I'm saying
it flows.
Has there been even more? Like Bruce, you couldn't have known what Bruce was.
Who surprised you the most?
Bruce, I think. Would have had to.
Bruce or Jack Sinclair?
Jack Sinclair?
Nah, he's been pretty impressive.
Another one?
Another Jack.
Another Jack, yeah. He had to go back to the rookie list with Schneids.
Oh. How long's he been around?
Hey, we got him in the number 1 rookie draft.
Oh, nice.
Our number 1 pick. But, he's been pretty flash.
Has he played every game?
He's our second highest goal scorer.
behind
really?
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. How much?
Well, that's a hell of a thing. Two guys you didn't expect.
Yeah.
That's